Welcome back. I am Sarah. I'm the owner and dyer behind SeraCraft Yarn, and you can find me on Instagram and Facebook as SeraCraft Yarn. You can find me on Ravelry as Sarah M, SERAM, and I have an Etsy shop, SeraCraft Yarn, over there on Etsy. So thank you for coming back and joining me. I think probably about once a month is my sort of normal schedule. And probably through the summer, I'll be once a month, maybe a little more frequently if I can do that. We'll see. So I hope you're all having a really good spring so far. Our weather has been sort of normal for us, but a little bit on the warm side, which makes me think that here in Eastern Washington, it's going to be a very, very hot summer. Which probably means a lot of fires. So that's not something I'm really looking forward to. I hate fire season. But it means that the garden is going well so far, so that's fun. So I am drinking iced coffee today, and my mom got me a new Tervis tumbler with a cute little seahorse. I love Tervis tumblers. They're made down in Florida where we near where we used to live, and I love them. So let me take a sip real quick. Anyways, she got me a really big one this time, which I've been trying to drink only water out of, but I needed a really big iced coffee today. So let's see. What do I have going on? I have 3 finished objects this time, and lots of planning. So we'll see. I have a very short amount of time before ballet this morning, so for my daughter. So one thing I would like to talk about first is my daughter's socks I showed in a past episode. I couldn't find the tag for the yarn, but I did just find it. So her little blue short socks with the purple toe. The purple and blue toe is from Graceland Wool, but the blue is Mowry yarns. And I don't see a website on here. Oh, yes, I do. MowryYarns.com. with Sarah Lindquist is the owner behind that, and this is the little tag. So anybody who is interested in that, the color is called Surfer Boy Blue, and that was the tag. So I just wanted to make sure that I showed that while I found it. So, okay, 3 finished objects. One is sewing, and not super proud of the sewing detail on this. However, we're just going to call it a prototype. My mom asked me to make her something that she had seen. My aunt had this little, I guess for lack of a better word, a tea cozy. And it was a little envelope that kind of folded out, and you put little tea bags and your sweetener and stuff in it. And my mom thought it was super cute and wanted one. And I said, sure, I can make that. That's easy. Okay. I think I'm going to take a beginning sewing class because it's been a really long time since I've actually done very much sewing, and my technique is not as good as it used to be. And I think I need to just relearn the basics. So it's very rough, but the idea is cute. And I will say the pattern was a free pattern. I don't remember who put it out, but if I can find the link, I'll link it below. But it wasn't my favorite pattern, partly because the pattern pieces, they gave you measurements and you had to cut them out and everything yourself. And nothing seemed like it was exactly lining up. I didn't love the pattern, but you know, I was cheap and wanted a free pattern, and so that's what I went for. So anyway, here it is. It's not perfect. There's so many mistakes, but it's cute. It's a cute idea. So I think with some practice on my sewing and everything that it will be much better. But so you undo the little button and you open it up, and there's 6 little pockets. I have some little, my mom likes peppermint, so I put some of her peppermint tea bags in there. And then she likes her little stevia. So anyway, I stuck that down in one of the little pockets. So I need to practice a little bit, but the idea is good. It will work for her for now. And then we can see what we like better. Maybe I can find a paid for pattern that would be a little easier for me to follow. I think probably for somebody who sews more, maybe they would have an easier time with it, but I just struggled. But now I can mail that out to her, so she'll be excited about that. The next thing I finished, except for weaving in ends because we know I'm lazy, is my Soldatna. So this is my Soldatna. It looks so short. I mean, it is cropped, but still when I hold it up, it looks kind of ridiculous. But I'm not wearing it today because I didn't feel like wearing it. But so it fits me right. This is my natural waistline. So it's really cute over a little dress. And I'm going to look up how other people are styling theirs or similar sweaters so that I have some other ideas of how to wear it. But I really, really love it. All the yarn is on my project page. The dark blue is my DK base, and that's in Deep Blue Sea. The dark gray is my DK base, and that is in Mouse. And then the light grays are several different scraps that I had from my stash. And the turquoise is collage yarn. And I have to look because I can't remember the name of the base or colorway, but that was leftovers from a cowl I made for my mom a few years ago. So anyway, it's super soft. I love it. And I've worn it actually a couple times, but I had to tuck in because, I mean, I didn't do this yet. I have to do that, which is why it hasn't gone in my closet yet. But because everyone likes to look at floats, there they are. Anyway, so I love this project. This is probably one of my favorite knits in a long time. It is the Soldatna crop by Caitlin Hunter from Boyland Knitworks. And it was a super fun, super fast knit. And I really enjoyed everything about it. I followed her pattern exactly. I made no changes. So shocking. I made 0 adjustments. So that was really good. And then my other finished object is a pair of socks for my son. Little short socks. And I will leave the ends in on his. And I always do on his, but I had him check them first because I was a little bit worried about the length. And so I had him try it on and he said they were a little short. So then I blocked them. I stretched them out because I didn't want to rip the toe back. But I did 2 at a time. I used my my carbons. I did magic loop 2 at a time on a size 0. And this is a pattern that I'm actually writing up, and I'm doing it in kids through adult sizes. So I will at some point be looking for testers if you're at all interested. So it's just a little short sock with all my favorite techniques in it. And I used Madeline Tosh. I don't know the base, but the color is called Spicewood. See if it looks kind of orangey to me, but maybe it's coming out okay. It's a rainy day, but I think I have enough light. So anyway, so those will go into his drawer now. What else? I am working on a couple of new things. I'm getting ready to cast on a few things as well. So that, oh, I'm all tangled. Gosh. Okay, I'm getting ready to cast on a pair of socks for my daughter. And it'll be the same pattern I'm working on, and it is with cat sandwich fibers. And the color is called Roses Kissing Violets. It's on her smoothie base, which is 438 yards of 100% superwash merino. And it is different shades of pink, like mostly a pale pink base with speckles of hot pink, orange, yellow, blue, some green. And I rolled it up a little bit into a ball. I take about 30 grams to do socks for her. So I rolled off 15 grams, and then I'll do 2 at a time on those. And then whatever's left will be enough for socks for me, I think. So, I'm eating yarn. So I just started casting on for that. So that will be something I work on this week. And the other thing I just started is the Marretimo tee. I frogged 2 things, by the way, this week. I had started the Tenya for a second time, and I frogged it. I love that lace pattern, and I enjoy working on it. I'm going to go down a needle size again, because it just felt like it was going to be huge again, and I can't bear to deal with that again. So the worst part of it was casting on all of those stitches, oh my lord. But I will start again. So I do not have, as always, I don't have the main pattern page, but the Marretimo tee, it has 2 lace stripes at the bottom and then lace detail on the sleeve, and it's a short sleeve top. That is also Caitlin Hunter from Boyland Knitworks. I am using all my yarn. This is my Everyday Twist Base in Space Adventures, and my Everyday Twist Base in Graphite. And then, I don't have a tag. This is Hedgehog Fibers in, I think it's Dragonfly. And this is their high twist base, which I want to say is called Twist Sock or something like that. So that is what, I don't know where that tag went, but so this is my progress so far. It's kind of hard to show, I feel like. Anyway, so I'm just about to start the next lace stripe. And I was planning on starting that yesterday. However, I got distracted, as always. So that's been really fun to knit so far, and I'm enjoying that. And I just went down, I started with a US 3, I went down to a US 2 after I finished the first lace part, because I was just thinking that the main stockinette part of the top, I wanted the gauge to be a little bit tighter. So I went down to a US 2, so that's what I plan to knit the rest of the top in. And I'm doing the extra small, let's see, the extra small. So this top is designed to fit with 7 to 11 inches of positive ease at the bust. So the extra small, the finished bust circumference is 40 inches, and I'm a 34 bust, so it'll have, you know, less than called for, 6-ish, depending on how it blocks out. But I don't like it too oversized. And the next one up was like 43, and I thought, oh my god, 10 inches of positive ease might just be a bit much on a summer top for me, so I went with extra small. So and then the other top I'm working on right now is the Tamora tank, which I've been working on for a little while. And that is by Berroco. It's a free pattern on Berroco.com. You can get it through Ravelry, and it still takes you to their free thing. And I am about to start my second ball for the second piece. It's 2 pieces. They are knit flat and then seamed up the side and at the top. And I still feel that I should have just knit it in the round, but I didn't. So I hate knitting flat and then seaming it, but I'm hoping that it will look nice when it's finished. So this is my first piece, and it looks like it puckers, but I think it's just the way that it's, because it doesn't really, it's hard to make it flatten out. But I'm using Juniper Moon fiber. I'm looking for my tag as I talk. Yeah, I've talked about this yarn before. So this is Juniper Moon Farm in the Sabine base, which is discontinued, and I talked about it last time, and it's also on my Ravelry page for this, and that's why it's a little slow going, because it has some cotton in there, and so it's a little, I think it's beautiful now that it's knit up, but it's a little hard on my hands. It does have a nice drape to it, and I think it will be gorgeous, and I'm really hoping to have it finished so I can take it on our trip this summer. I think it's going to be so nice. But this is the back. The back and the front are the same, but it's going to be so cute. So I need to cast on the second part of that. So I will be doing that today, maybe. Maybe I'll cast on today, and then it can be my plain knitting for the weekend. That would be good. Let's see. What else am I working on? Something I found in my cabinet that I totally forgot I was working on, and I was thinking that maybe I should pull it back out, is the Monkey Socks by Cookie A, which is also a free pattern. And I started these a long time ago. I did, when Andrea Sue from Andrea Sue Knits was doing all the sock blanks, I did her club for 3 months, and it turned out to be the final 3 months that she did it. And I really love the 3 blanks that I got from that club, and so I'm glad I did it. They've been kind of just in my stash. And I did cast this one. It's called A Walk in the Woods. I did cast this on, but I never finished it. And so what I started was those socks, and they're on a 9-inch circular, and I have the first sock done. I don't have sock blockers, but they're so pretty. And I don't usually love lace socks, but I really like this pattern. And it's interesting with the way the blank knits up. I mean, I think that's kind of the fun of it, is just seeing how it's going to knit up. So I did the heel and heel turn, and it looks like maybe my gusset increases are done or nearly done. So I'm going to pick those back up this summer, I hope, and finish them, because I've been wanting to knit this pattern. I don't know. I don't know why they just went back in my cabinet, and I totally forgot about them. So, so anyway, that is something that I would like to pick back up, and maybe if I talk about it, I'll remember. It's in one of my bags. This one was actually one that I won in a giveaway, and it's from Beach Dream Bags, and she's on Etsy. And I have a couple of her bags now, but so that's a good little sock bag, and it fits really well in my purse and stuff. And something else I worked a little bit on, but not a lot, but I have a granny stripe blanket. And this is my magic cake of craziness that I made of so many scraps from swapping with people. Oh my God. And I don't know what most of them are. And it's funny because those are crazy bright colors. But it was going to be an Afghan for my bed, but it's too bright. So it's just going to be an Afghan for the couch. And I'm using an E, a 3.5 millimeter hook, and it's just one that I got at like Joann's or whatever. I'm not a big crocheter. This is my first ever project, so it's crazy. It's so bright, but I've been working a little bit on it, not a ton. But it's been kind of nice to have that out again. And I don't know why I would pick up a blanket as it warms up, but I guess I just felt like something different. I think it was when I was having a hard time deciding what I felt like knitting on before I started all new projects. So my friend Sarah from Graceland Wool was talking about doing a basket and putting a bunch of projects in there that she wanted to work on over like the next, I don't know, 6 months or something like that. All of the things that she felt like she really wanted to work on, or maybe it was 6 projects, I don't really remember. And I kind of just started adding all the stuff that I really felt like I wanted right now. Excuse me. And so I did that too. I used my big giant basket. And I have some plans, so I'll share those with you. One is the Navelli tee, also Caitlin Hunter, because I love her patterns, as you guys know. And so the Navelli tee is one that I would like to start soon, but I would like to try and finish part of the Marretimo first, or maybe totally finish it. Maybe this will be my plain knitting. I'm not really sure, but my main color is going to be Quince & Co. in Petal. This is the Quince & Co. Finch, which is their fingering weight base. So the color is Petal, and I have 3 skeins of that. And then my color work is going to be in this charcoal gray, which I'm not really sure what the company. Somebody got this for me and sent it as a gift, and it was from a fiber festival or whatever. So kettle dyed, Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, and superwash wool sock yarn. So 75% superwash wool, 25% nylon. It's 484 yards. It's a pretty woolly wool, and it actually feels really nice with the quince. So and this color is called Buggy Top. And then my other color will be Plucky Knitter in this pretty green color. I made myself a little sticky note. It's the Primo 75, 20, and 5. So it's 75% merino, 20% cashmere, 5% nylon fingering weight base, and if I can see the colorway, shades of Pemberley, inspiration, pride, and prejudice. So I did a little note because my son wants knee socks out of this yarn. But I will be able to do the color work in it and his socks. So that's for my Navelli tee. So that I'm hoping to do this summer. And the funny thing about that is I'm not sure I loved this color. Again, it's my skin tone. It's so pale. It almost blends right in. But I think that will be really nice with like some little shorts in the summer, and maybe layered or put over a dress depending on how it fits. And I think it will just be a really nice sort of color that I'm not used to wearing. But the funny thing about that color is it isn't one that I'm used to wearing, and yet when I did my avocado dye experiments, I ended up with this color.
When are we done with the podcast?
Just a minute, honey. Which is very close to this, and so that was kind of a funny thing. So anyway, so I decided that the project I'm going to make with this is the Throwback cardigan by Andrea Mowry. And let me grab all my yarn. So my main color will be this, which is my farm worsted base, which is 100% non-superwash merino. And so I have 5 skeins of it. So that'll be my main color. Then this one is the same batch of avocado dye. For some reason, this skein took a lot more of the color, and I don't know why exactly, but you know, some of the fun of dyeing. So if you look at them right next to each other, all of them are almost identical except for this one, which is a lot darker. So this is going to be one of my contrast colors. And then I'm going to also use just a cream of the farm worsted base. And this green is a frog tree petitboo color. The colorway is 1146. I want to say it's discontinued though. Frog tree petitboo sock yarn. Oh, that's not a great way to do that. Okay. So that's kind of another interesting palette for me that is not normal for me. But depending on how they look, they might even look nice layered as almost a sweater set kind of thing. So that could be interesting, but I'm not sure. Okay, so then The next thing still on my list is to do a brioche cowl for my mom with this. So this went into my basket. I've talked about this yarn before. It's the Berroco Road to China Light, and the color is called Lapis. And then this is the Stonehenge Fiber Mill from Michigan, and this is their 2-ply sport base, and it's one of their crazy bases. So that's going to be a cowl. And then also in my basket, I'm going to do socks this summer out of this opal. And this is, oh, here's the color and everything. Okay, so, and then the last thing, well, the Nordiska stuff that I showed before is in there because that's going to be, I think, my birthday cast on. I mean, it's technically cast on, but I haven't gotten past like the first row. I just didn't want to knit on a big heavy sweater as it started to warm up because we had a few days where it was already 80 and that was crazy. So I set it aside. So I think that for my birthday, I'm going to work on that sweater and then maybe I will have it in time for the cool weather in the fall. But I watched the most recent episode of Hey Sister, and their podcast and their company is Hey Sister Yarn Co. And I'm super disappointed that they are not going to be dyeing yarn anymore. I never did get to snag any of their yarn, but I understand why they're doing it. I myself am taking a break to be with family, and you know, the stresses of having a small business, I just thought, why? I don't want to stress myself out. So I am taking a break. So I understand that they needed to step back from their business, but I'm disappointed. I really want to knit their was it the ugly Christmas sweater socks. Those are going to be my Christmas socks this year, and I was hoping that they would put out a kit for that, but I may just have to dye my own for that because I really, if you haven't seen that pattern, it just looks really fun and you should look it up. But Rachel was talking about the Ray Ray sweater, and I think it would be a great summer sweater with some little jean shorts or something on the nights when it's a little bit cooler. And so I, when I frogged my Tenya, I also frogged my Zwag. Oh my gosh. I had talked about it a few episodes back. And the lace part at the top, I'm cold in the winter. And so I couldn't figure out what I would like to wear under it. It wouldn't be a super warm sweater, being a fingering weight sweater that the yarn was very lightweight. The gauge was kind of loose. It wasn't the right thing. So I'm going to revisit that pattern maybe with, I like the way that Sarah used singles on hers because I thought that the feel of it was a warmer feel to the sweater, and I think it would be a better choice for me for a sweater. Or maybe I'll do the Zwag as a short sleeve as a summer top. But in the meantime, I frogged it, and I'm using my Blue Mountain colorway. This is on my everyday sock base. And I'm going to mix it with some undyed white yarn. Also, this one actually is my merino sock. It's 100% superwash merino, and then this is the 75-25. And so I'm going to stripe those together to make the Ray Ray. So I think that will be really nice, and I think that will be a good sweater for me. And that will be such easy knitting. So that is going to be one of my next cast-ons. I think the Throwback will be probably my fall sweater, and the Nordiska will also be fall. So I have my sort of plans for right now for this summer. And you know me, I change my mind a lot. But I think those are my plans. And right now I'm very excited about all of them. And I'm enjoying my knitting time, and I'm enjoying what I'm working on. I am enjoying the garden, and I'm just really liking not having a lot to do. I've shortened my to-do list a lot, and I'm just We're having more playtime and more family time. My husband rented a cabin over Memorial Day weekend, and we went to Winthrop, Washington. We had a little cabin on the river with a hot tub and stuff, and we just, the four of us, just went and hung out, and it was so relaxing. It was so nice. And so that was really fun, and we're just, last 2 weeks of school. It's 2 weeks, and then it's summer break. So that's been fun. My daughter's recital is coming up for ballet, and everything is just, it's been kind of a quieter spring than it usually is for us, and I really needed that, and I really liked it a lot. So our strawberries are coming in. We've gotten to pick strawberries. We have some tomatillos that are almost ready, and there's peppers and tomatoes on the plants now, and we've had some roses. We have tons and tons of poppies, which I love, and I'll have inserted some pictures of some of those things. We have fruit coming in on all of our trees, so that's really nice too. And it's just been good. And yesterday, we get lots of wildlife in general here, but it's usually deer. There's coyote, critters that we don't like marmots. There's bunnies and all of that eat the garden, and we don't like those. But yesterday we had a moose. We've not ever had a moose on our property, and so that was really fun to see. It was a smaller one, but it was exciting, and I saw it out the window and jumped up and went to grab my phone. I'm like, oh my God, you guys! And so that was kind of fun to see. But I think that one of the fires a little west of us maybe pushed the moose this way, because they usually don't come through our property at all. So that was fun. I didn't get very good pictures, but I got a couple of pictures. So anyway, I feel like I'm saying a lot. Sorry, I hate that. Everything else is going okay, and we are just excited about all of the harvesting. I have so much weeding to do, so I probably ought to do that after ballet if it isn't raining again. So I hope everybody is having a really great spring and working on some really fun projects. Maybe we will get another episode of the Fiber Girls in at some point, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that before we leave, because we only have a couple of weeks, and I just don't see that happening. So it may be later this summer, but we'll see. I will post on Instagram about that, and the link to find me everywhere will be posted down below, as well as a link to my Patreon account. So I have that going. If anyone is interested in donating to that, and that helps to keep the quality of my podcast up. I'm working on that, and I'm working on making improvements, and also some other fun things. And I hope I can get going for all of my my patrons. So hopefully that did not cut off the very end of it. My camera says it's full. So, okay. Thank you, everyone, and I will see you next time.